Hey, how you doing? This is Brian James Shanley, and you're listening to Brian James Shanley Raw. The blackness on your screen is not an accident. I'm deliberately being invisible today because I look and feel like crap, but I have to lay down some thoughts. I need to re-examine the police shooting in Dallas. This is part 2. I've never had an issue on Brian James Shanley Raw that required a second look at it. But you can tell by the date stamp and the time that I uploaded the thing that I was first to get out there. I didn't read anybody else's thoughts. And you can see I was the original. So people that came after me, some were quoting my stuff and whatever. But I'm the man, and I'm often ahead of my time. But what I did not get, because it didn't happen yet, footage came out during the sentencing of the victim's family hugging the police officer, of the judge hugging the police officer and handing her a Bible, and of the bailiff stroking her hair. So if I walk into someone's house with no legal right to be there and shoot them dead in their living room, I guess the precedent has been set that the family gets to come up and hug me, and the judge is going to hug me and hands me a Bible. If a bailiff strokes my hair, it better be a woman, because if it's a dude, we're going to be fighting. I'm already on my way to jail anyway. I don't want no dude stroking my hair. But yeah, that and the family has the right in their. After the passing of someone close to you, you're not in your sane, sober, right mind. I'm going to give the family a pass. Okay, I'm not going to talk negatively about the family. It's grief, and it's horrible, and it's a nightmare, and I have no frame of reference to even begin to imagine how they feel. Maybe they'll look back one day and say, I shouldn't have hugged that murderer. Who knows? But right now, it's early to play Monday morning quarterback, and it's easy to pronounce a verdict about someone's behavior when they're going through something that's not happening to you. So I'm not doing that, and I want to be clear about that. However, I would say that one of the lessons of history is that appeasement makes the aggressor more aggressive. Whether we're talking about people who work for the state, who have a badge, a gun, a taser, a baton, pepper spray, handcuffs, etc. All these things were handed to them by the taxpayers and the voters. And to use those things against the taxpayers and the voters is crooked and evil. Now, I've had some cocktails in my life. I've had several in one evening and been in the Jedi level. Okay. Worst thing I've done is, I've probably talked to a lady that when I was in my sane, sober moments, said, oh, God, she's not that beautiful at all. And I've probably made some phone calls I shouldn't have made in that state of mind. But I've never walked into someone else's apartment thinking it was mine on a totally different floor. And had I done that hypothetically, it wouldn't take rocket science in any level of alcohol use for that evening for me to say, hey, this picture on the wall, this ain't my children. This is not my couch. Why is this stuff all rearranged? Before I realize I'm in the wrong place and get out. So the reason I feel compelled to do a second part to this thing is I'm always ahead of my time. And what I'm talking about today, people don't talk about till further down the line. Oh, also, the key witness against her has been murdered. He was shot to death. Nobody knows why, but that's interesting. Witnesses to crimes being killed in Dallas. They must have had Jack Ruby's great-grandson shoot him dead or something. I don't know. That's Dallas, though, and it's crooked. And it has been for decades upon decades. Apparently, they're still killing people and getting away with it. But, so yeah, when the key witness that led to the conviction is dead, and the woman is so remorseful that she's going to invoke the appeals process literally having an expectation that the guilty verdict could be overturned, resulting in either a new trial or something of that nature, a new jury pool where there's only, all you need is one to have reasonable doubt, and then she walks. So I'm going to ask the question because no one else is asking it. All right. People will be asking it 2-3 weeks from now, but this is date stamped. You can see that I was first. I'm always first. And the old rabbinic maxim says, woe unto the prophets, especially in their lifetime. Anyone in their own lifetime is usually looked at as different and weird. Future generations look back and say, that dude knew what he was talking about. You know, that's one of the prices you pay for being one of the truth tellers in your particular time period. But here's the thing. I'm going somewhere with this. An investigation needs to be done into the life of the 26-year-old man who was shot by the police officer. Now, you're hearing me say, they always want to investigate. I'm not talking about trying to do an argumentum ad hominem against the victim like what they did to Trayvon Martin. See him in this outfit looking like a gangster? Of course he deserved to die. Or who's the other guy? Yes, he deserved to be shot to death. Why? Because he had a past? That's not where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is this. If a police officer comes in your house and shoots you dead, that's an effect. Every effect demands a cause. An investigation needs to be done in his life to find out who would benefit if this boy was shot to death. And if he stayed alive and was going to open his mouth about anything, who was going to be in trouble? Yes, I'm putting it out there, asking the question, begging the question, was this a deliberate hit done by a police officer, possibly promised something on the back end? I'm throwing it out there. I don't think anyone's asking that question, but sometimes I'm conspiracy brother. But nowadays, if you put 2 and 2 together and you get 4, some jackass is there just to call you a conspiracy theorist. It's a slur meant to stop you from thinking and meant to keep everything in conformity. Slurs aside, sticks and stones might break my bones, but the name of conspiracy theorist will not hurt me, and it's not going to prevent me from asking the question, when I put 2 and 2 together, does it become 4? We don't know that unless we check into the life of the kid that was the young 26-year-old man who was killed in his living room. Was he knowledgeable about something crooked, in particular someone so high up that they could afford a hit woman who was also employed by the Dallas police? I'm throwing that question out there, food for thought, and that's just how I handle business. I will talk to you later. Time will tell, but when you hear people talking about this a month from now, you remember who you heard it from first. And if you like what I've said here, then you should follow my YouTube channel. You should like it, subscribe. Even if you dislike it, write a nasty comment even. Brian Shanley's an ugly jerk, or he stepped on my pinky toe, or whatever. Long as you write something, long as you say something, I don't care. But thank you for taking time out of your day to consider my thoughts. My mind is now starting to go in the direction of this might have been a professional hit. And the policewoman doing it, maybe it's a hit that went wrong because she's never done it before. And that's why the shit has left the horse, so to speak. Let me know what you think, brothers and sisters. I'm pretty excited to put this out there. I've been sitting on it for about 3 days, and I'm like, I better get it out there first before some other schmo starts asking this question. Because they will. It's a logical question. Bye.